So Angela and I were just waiting for the camera. We were waiting for the camera because, you know, my fear, but I know there's grace on the other side of it, Angela. My fear came true that the camera did run out of battery, and I wish we had some of this. We were just talking off camera about a bunch of different stuff. And to be honest with you, Angela, one of the things that I really enjoyed, that this is our first time really talking a lot about this, but we love each other's vibe. But here's the thing that we both really agree on, and if you can remember what you said just a little bit ago about what you like being as a person first.
Yes,
I think that's really important, because we are people first, and then we are people, and then we put our clinical lens on top of that.
Absolutely. That's
that
a perfect
filter
way of saying that.
right?
Yeah.
And so we get to experience being a person, and then we can look through a therapist perspective of that and give you both. Can you just go back just for a minute, Angela, when you were talking about that you like to talk with clients about that you're a person first?
Absolutely. I like to present as a person, and then as a therapist. I'm a human being just like everybody else. I have struggles, I have emotions, I have discord in my life just like everybody else. And there does become, you know, a professional aspect of disclosure. But that's very important for me to build a relationship based on humanity and person versus that therapeutic relationship, because that comes second. You know, that personal relationship has to come first, because that trust is part of that.
Sure.
And then that therapeutic relationship comes second, because then I trust you therapeutically. I trust your clinical abilities. I trust that you know what you're doing and saying and helping me along this path. But I also see you as a human being as well.
Yeah, you know, and we could talk for hours. I think Angela,
when
we first got in, started, we were like, okay, we got an hour to do this. It's like an hour's a long time, but as we're going through this, we're just riffing. And I think one of the things I would say that's a struggle for me as a therapist, and I want to get to a struggle of mine, because I want you to hear a struggle that I have. I think a struggle of mine as a therapist is you talk about the personal relationship and then the professional relationship. We are trained that therapists have to have those boundaries, right?
Yes.
And that ethically we have to stay in that professional relationship. But it's so hard to engage in a therapeutic relationship if the clients don't see that personal side of
Absolutely.
you, right? And so there, you know, so like we, you know, because we're your therapist, ethically we can't come to your birthday party. I know that seems weird. We can't have you paint our house.
We can't be friends on Facebook.
We can't be friends on, you know, those things. But we, in the therapeutic setting, we want you to be able to see that we are a person, and that we have that, so you can just relate to us and you can feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
And you can trust us, right? And so there's a fine line there, what becomes what starts out as professional and becomes personal. We really kind of have to make sure that we maintain that professional relationship, because you are the person, or we are the people that you trust with a lot of those things clinically that you probably don't feel comfortable talking to people in your life personally about.
Absolutely.
And we have to maintain that relationship so you have that in your life. If you could just go to your neighbor and talk with your neighbor about all this, and your neighbor could help you through it clinically, then you wouldn't want to come to us. You wouldn't need to come to us.
Right. Absolutely.
But we have to maintain that professional relationship, so when you do get in a place that you have that professional relationship, that professional nature to come back to and talk to you about. It can become confusing and cumbersome to some people. It's kind of like, I probably, when I want to hire my plumber to come fix my pipes, I'm probably not going to like ask my, you know, my lawn boy to come help fix the pipes, right? It's the plumber that's going to come fix the pipes. Okay, Angela, I want to talk about a struggle of mine, and it's a real struggle. As you know, we've talked about business, and we've talked about Midwest anxiety, and how we are growing and taking on new things in lots of different areas. For me as a person, I was able kind of, when I was practicing just from a solo, just kind of perspective, I was seeing clients and that kind of stuff, I could take a Tuesday morning off and I could just really, I could do those things that I really enjoyed, running, just being able to sit out on the porch and drink coffee and all those things. And now this week, what I've really found is those things are still really important to me, but the time that I have to do them is not there. The time, the energy, whatever else, right? I really love running, and I can't remember the last time I ran.
Oh, okay.
And so for me, I'm really struggling with this idea of where to put my time, my energy, because all of it seems important.
Sure.
And I know we're kind of in a phase right now where things are all a lot's new, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, it just takes more time and energy. And then you go back to a word, grace, not to overplay that, but
No,
I'm taking that from this because I'll be honest with you, I've really beaten myself up. I've gained weight over the last week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, months. I've gained weight, and I feel less healthy than I did before. I'm eating out a lot more than I did before. All this is negatively in my head. It's in my head, and I have a lot of just kind of like, oh my gosh, why are you doing this again? You told yourself you were going to go on a run this morning, but here you are doing this instead. And I'm beating myself up a lot. So that grace is really important. Do you have anything to offer me that, maybe it's time management, maybe it's something else. Do you have anything to offer?
I would first start asking yourself, where can I take time? Is it taking time from my sleep schedule? Am I getting enough sleep, first of all?
Oh.
And if not, then we can't take time from that. Is there a person or people that I could say, hey, look, on Tuesday mornings at 8, that's going to be my time to go run and drink my coffee and take my time. And again, give yourself grace, knowing these people say, hey, we see you, Randy, you're human.
You're right.
And say, okay, well, I have to have this time, because self-care is the most important care for us.
Right.
Is we still have to do that for ourselves.
Right.
Give ourselves
May I stop you for just a
care.
second?
Yes.
May I stop you for just hold that thought? But I want to bring something out on camera right now. As you're talking to me about this, one thing that is becoming uncomfortable is I got my sunglasses on.
Oh, and I don't.
And you don't. And sunglasses, sometimes I'll talk with clients about that are anxious. It's kind of like a shield or a block, right? And so what I'm going to do in this moment, Angela, is I'm going to take my sunglasses off, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my eyes, because I think I might receive this differently now that I have my sunglasses off, okay? All right, now, sorry to interrupt, but go for it. Okay, so take this time.
So yeah, you have to find the time, and it is time management. You're taking it either from your sleep, as long as you're getting enough of it, or you're taking it from something or someone else. Yes. And so that something or someone else has to be a genuine, I feel comfortable taking it from that person. So, for instance, I have a daughter. Yeah. She's 23. She still wants her mom.
Right.
Which I love dearly, because she's my only kid. But there are times where I have to say, you know what, I'm physically not available right now. I'm mentally not available. Even to my husband sometimes, I have to say, I need my time.
Yes.
And so being okay and giving yourself grace to say self-care is the best care. How am I going to give to all these other people if I'm not feeling my best?
Yes.
I need that run. I need that 30-minute coffee morning break, whatever it may be. You talk about eating out. That would be another aspect that I would kind of go into is, can we make our lunch? Is there time, to do that and feel a little bit more healthy about it?
So what I'm hearing from you so far is I have to, and this is a struggle of mine, I have to take care of myself first. It's me first.
Always.
And we as helpers generally think about others first.
Absolutely.
And, I talk about with clients all the time is, if you fill someone else's cup up too much and you don't have any left for yourself,
I love that analogy.
You don't have anything else for other people.
And so let's take our cups.
Yeah.
And this could be my social cup, And this could be your social cup.
Yes.
So my social is going to fill up quicker than his.
Right.
Same with any type of situation you're in. One cup may be bigger than the other, and you may have to say, okay, this cup's bigger. I can take some from that cup to make this cup a little bit bigger.
Ah. But which cup do you take from?
That's where it comes down to what's the most important.
But they're all important, Angela.
They are right now, and you're in a very big transition for yourself.
Right.
You're doing big things.
Right.
But, you know, you have children.
Yes.
So is there a 30-minute window you could say, hey, kids, I'm sorry, I'm going to take time for myself? Because
Right.
not only are you showing them self-care is important,
Yes.
they're implementing that self-care.
Yeah.
So you're also showing your kids, hey, it's really important to take care of yourself.
Yes.
So if you're overwhelmed, you're anxious, there's too much, and you say, hey, Dad, I need 30 minutes to unwind before I do my homework.
Yeah. Right.
You're teaching them
Right.
at the same time as you're taking your self-care.
Right. These are good things. And what I love about this, and I know we're going to keep this dialogue going, is I think it's good to have, even if it's a friend, a neighbor,
Absolutely.
it doesn't have to be a therapist, but someone to talk to, but also an accountability partner.
Yes.
Right?
Those are
Like,
really,
hey,
really
Randy, like,
important.
hey, did you get that coffee this morning? Did you go on that run? Well, Angela, I know that it's important, but no, not again this week. So I think it is important to have those people in your life that you feel that they can support you in a healthy way. They're not going to, you know, there might be some constructive criticism, which I think is always good, but, you know, they're going to really hold you accountable because it's so easy just on your own just to kind of say next time or next
Right.
week. You know, one other thing I'm thinking that as I'm talking with you is I have a tough time delegating. I have a tough time delegating because I'm a people pleaser, and I think that if I delegate, I'm being too bossy.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm being too bossy, and I'm afraid of what people are going to think if I delegate. So that's something that I'm really trying to work on, because I think you can only take on as much as that you can handle.
Right.
And as we are talking about big things, that I want to continue to serve the community in such a way that we continue to deliver more and more all the time. So naturally, I'm going to have to delegate more, and I'm going to have to be okay with myself first to say, you know, I'm going to have to reframe some of those thoughts. I know, Randy, you think that they're getting upset, but you don't really know that. The only way that you know is if you were to ask, oh, are you getting upset that I'm
Right.
asking you to do this, right? But I have to be okay if people do get upset with me.
You do. And a lot of the CBT, the reframe and all that comes down to assumptions. We
Yeah.
assume this other person's thinking this way or feeling this way, and we ultimately don't know, and unless we ask.
Right.
But delegation isn't a bad thing.
Yes.
Taking time away from our kids, again, shows them it's okay to take time for yourself.
Right.
And so when you're doing all the reframing and stuff, the feelings, a lot of times I ask my clients to identify the feeling and then say, okay, that feeling, what is the thought driving it?
That's right.
And then that thought, okay, let's take that thought out, and I actually have them write that thought down, and then we do, you know,
Yes.
we're gonna disarm this thought. What are all the defuncts that you can write about this thought that are untrue? So we're proving that thought wrong. If I delegate, somebody's gonna be mad at me.
Yes.
Okay, well, where's the truth behind that? How do you defunk that thought? And then at the end of that, you reframe it. And so again, you're not gonna change that tomorrow, but the more you can say, it's okay if somebody's upset. That's their job to come and talk
And I
to
can
you.
handle it.
Yeah.
It's okay that they're upset, and I can handle it.
Yeah. And you can live inside of that little bit of uncomfortability
Yes.
and say, if they're upset, they're adults, they can come talk to me.
Yeah.
If they're upset and they're my kids, they still know they can come talk to me.
Exactly. Angela, this has been great. Wow. I never expected that this would be it's so fun. It is. It's a lot of fun, because hopefully you can tell both of us not only love cognitive behavioral work, but we also live it. And I think that that's the easy and fun part about
Absolutely.
it, is being able to take something that you really believe in so much and just giving it to others.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty, is that we're not expecting anything in return other than like, hey, if this is something that you that seems good to you, is find a way in your own life, if there's something that we've said, is to use it in some way, to use whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Right. Angela, before we're done, is there anything else? I mean, we've covered a lot. We're at 50 minutes now. Is there anything else that you want to say today?
I would just say that, you know, take these videos and take them for what they're worth, and showing Randy's doing an amazing thing by saying, hey, therapy's not this cold ice cube of a place. It's a place of peace and serenity if you let it.
Yeah.
And no, you're not going to meet the greatest therapist 100% of the time, and that's okay. But we are out there.
Right.
We are good therapists. There are some that aren't great, but keep trying.
Yes.
Don't give up.
Yes.
One of the greatest compliments my clients give to me is, you're different. And I love that. Yeah. You're different than any other therapist I've ever had. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want to be. I want to be different.
Yes. I would say that, Angela, I mean, we've got a good vibe, and I would say that, you know, the idea of trying to remain professional and clinical while taking some of those roadblocks out, the sterile, the cold nature, the judgment, all the things that stereotypically you think of in therapy, and just being real is I guess what I would end with and continue to give you guys. You know, this for me is as much to help you find things that Angela and I just are trying to do in our own life, and have you see that we are human, that we do make mistakes. But here's the thing, at the end I will always tell you, and my hope is this, is that everyone struggles. And if you can fall back into that and allow yourself to just be okay with struggling, and then finding some way to work through your struggles, then that's hopefully we've accomplished what we needed to here, right?
Absolutely.
Because CBT is the way, cognitive behavioral therapy. Angela, let's keep this going.
Absolutely.
All right, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. This was a real life of a CBT therapist.
Yes.
On track, now we gon' way up. W is as easy as a layup.